Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel. We're bringing you the Philippines National Final. And we're actually pretty much late already, but we're going into the second round. It's finally here. This is the upper bracket semifinal match, I think, between Renovatio II and Skyline. Yes, we just saw Renovatio II play just now. Skyline's a little bit of a different team compared to Call Level Gaming. I would say that Skyline's a little bit more of a threat to Renovatio II, but we'll see how this works out. You just saw Renovatio II play. They played really good Chen, and I'm not so sure if it really works in the international scene or it works in like the bigger regions, but this is Southeast Asia. We do what we want, and if it works, it works. So, yeah, I'm excited. This is why you guys should keep tuning into SEA because we pick stuff like Chen, and those games are still close. It really makes you wonder. So we have game number one here between Renovatio II and Skyline. The band's going to happen. It's actually Rhaegar and Zagara. And the first pick here on the site is going to be Tassadar by Renovatio II. Skyline follows up with Sonia Taranda. I like that Taranda snatch away. Seems like they've been paying attention to Renovatio's draft so far. And it looks to be very, very good because I like the fact that they have been winning games with Tassadar Taranda. And here it's not going to happen for them. Also, a little bit of interesting point to note is that you don't see the ETC Taranda combo or Diablo Taranda. Instead, you see Sonya. So it could be because Skyline has been playing off against Renovatio for a while now. And Renovatio 2 is probably hiding a Sonya strategy, or Skyline has that priority on a Sonya. We'll see. But no Uther. And I like the fact that Renovatio already picked up the Uther here because Uther is a huge buff to Sonya. Keeps Sonya alive, and she's probably almost never going to die. Leeming with the, get it picked up here. Leeming with the burst. Definitely like that a lot as well on the side of Renovatio 2. For Skyline, they have got two more bans in this game. Skyline one more, and Renovatio one more as well. Why can they ban here? Definitely Skyline. Not sure what they're really running here, but it's this Infernal Shrine, so banning Johanna is always good. The objective of this battleground is just really clear the Guardians, and you get a six-member, a John Cena in your team, if you will, and that's probably going to be a huge asset in terms of pushing in the late game where you have a lot of stuns in place. And Renovatio bans out the Jaina, by the way, so no Jaina. Skyline picks up Illidan, and it looks like Philippines really just love Illidan. And Skyline with one more pick here. Got to be very careful. Illidan. Oh, Sonya. It's front line. That's front line. No Rhaegar, no Bloodlust. I have no idea what the plan here is, but it looks like there's a lot of right-click damage dealers on the side of Skyline and one solo Taranda to heal up against two support. Renovatio looks to be in a very good spot already with this draft. Skyline now. Got to make sure they know what they want. If it's going to be a Leoric, Leoric's going to clear the objective very well, but Illidan, Sonya, they're not going to do much. Sonya, okay. She can spin. But you cannot pick a draft so focused on clearing the objective that you don't have an answer for a team fight. And it looks like they don't have an answer for a team fight right here. So this draft feels completely broken. It's like you're trying to matchmake four really, really different people together. I cannot begin to imagine how this matchmaking process is going to work when you have a 1,000-year-old elf and an undead thing up against a Sonya that basically is the most muscular woman in this whole game, and Taranda. Probably not going to end well. Now, Renovatio 2 with two more picks. ETC, it's up for grabs. We didn't see them play ETC so far. We only saw ETC being played by the other team, Team 1. And Renovatio 2 got a few options, really. The support have been addressed already. I think they need to have a good frontline damage dealer. Thrall's pretty okay. I was actually thinking of doing a little bit of an Artanis, but Artanis is a lot more sustainable, I think, has got a lot more shield, and it's also late game based. That would actually be an interesting pick here. But no, it's going to be the standard Thrall, and I respect that a lot. Last one here has to be a warrior, probably going to be that Muradin. But this is going to be a problem here for Renovatio. They don't have anyone to clear the objective. Maybe because Skyline got everyone to clear the objective on their side, Renovatio does not have anyone left. I would not be surprised if they don't win the shrines, but I'll be surprised if they don't win the game. So here for Thrall, Leeming, Uther, Tassadar, one last warrior. Who's it going to be? My mind would be Muradin, man. Like I said, ETC would be a good pick, but I've never seen them play ETC in the last 2 hours. Skyline now with the last pick. Could be a secret strategy. Showing the Illidan so early on, not going to keep it in. Lyric also. Well, it's pretty clear why they picked Leoric. And are you kidding me? Solo support, 3 warriors and 1 Illidan. This is really... You might as well pick Karzim and go 5 melee. Am I right? Yeah. You might as well do that. Because it's just so much of an energy-driven, hype-driven team that you just go all in and you do all that damage. We got about 15 seconds left. I would love to see another support getting picked up here, but I know there's not much left in the pool. Morales would be a pretty good pick, but nope, it's got to be the ETC. There's no range damage dealer in this team. This is breaking tradition. Philippines is introducing a brand new meta. They're saying, guys, this is how we play Heroes of the Storm. Please take a look. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, at least we tried. Tyrande, Sonya, Illidan, Leoric, ETC. My entire casting career, I've never seen a lineup without a real range damage dealer. I don't think it is actually viable. Yeah, I've never seen that. I think even with Protect the Illidan comp, you have Tassadar. And yeah, you know, back then there was no false wall. The guy's going Archon, so guess what? That still hurts. That's a range damage dealer. Tyrande, it's like, I'm going to fire my arrows in your face. That's about it, man. What does he expect her to do? And she's going to have to expect 100% of the heals. She's not the Tassadar. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work anymore, but it does look like it's not going to be an easy game for Skyline. I don't know. Maybe they have some secret strategy. Maybe they broke the game. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, do note that there's quite a few options here that are actually missing from the international scene. I know that there's a lot more Greymane usage in Malaysia, and there's a lot more Lunara usage in NA, but there's not much of a Lunara here in SEA at all, and you don't see Kel'Thas these days. The guy's just been forgotten. He's just, you know, heartbroken these days. It's not part of anything anymore. So we're waiting for the players to load up into the lobby before we go into this game. Just to go through the a few names that you guys may or may not know coming out of Skyline. It's the Penguin, the one and only Penguin in the Philippines. Min Jong as well. These are names that you've met before on the SG server from Southeast Asia. You would know that these guys are pretty good players. So still waiting for all the members to come in here before we're gonna start. And we just got the lobby invaded by Malaysian. So what a troll. Okay, Infernal Shrines. We'll have to see how this works out. In terms of objective, it's pretty clear Skyline's gonna get it. Yeah. They can rely on Sonic Storm, on Arcanaut, but they are not really good heroes, which is why I think the Joanna ban was there. They just want to make sure that, you know, Renovatio does not have the most efficient way of clearing the objective. Skyline does have the most efficient way. They got a Sonnet, they got a Leoric, they got a ETC. Yeah, it's pretty easy to group, you know, those guardians together. Oh, Makishi as well. Okay, I see what team this is. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Renovatio is probably a little bit favored to win this game because of the matchup, but I don't think they're gonna get those Cenas. Okay, so in case you guys are wondering, this is the Philippines National Finals. We are actually looking at qualifying 2 teams for the Southeast Asia Qualifier for Spring Finals. That will be the World Final. In case you guys don't know, Southeast Asia this season, this year actually, this entire year, unless things change, we'll be sending a team to the World Finals. Last year, in 2015, we sent Relics to the Americas Championship because we were grouped up under North America. This year, we don't have that. This year, SEA is a region by itself. We're going to get direct train access to the World Finals. So one team's going to go there. And this team will be decided on the 6th of March. It starts on the 5th. It's a 2-day event. So 5th and 6th of March, tune into this channel. We're going to have the SEA representative decided on that day. Out of 4 countries, it looks like it's Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and Thailand. And do note that there's also other nationalities that's taking part in this tournament, specifically the Vietnamese and the Indonesians as well. They're also playing, but they don't have a direct seed in this tournament, which means that you cannot join as 5 Vietnamese or 5 Indonesians. We actually have Vietnamese and Indonesian probably playing for Relics in Singapore, representing Singapore. They got 3 core members: Mer, Zace, Trinity. You should have seen their name somewhere before on the leaderboards for the monthly rank 1 thing. Top, I think, MMR or something like that. So yeah, top 100, 200 players. Yep, they're always top 10. So that's something, some achievement at least. All right, now going into game number 1 in the upper bracket semifinals here, we got on the blue team. It is going to be Renovatio II, and it will be Leamington playing as the Testadar, Jumping Lion onto the Thrall, Kaija playing as a Liming, Asurai, onto Murdin, last but not least, 4 will be the Uther. So they have 2 supports here, and it's not going to be easy to break them down. Meanwhile, on this side, on the red team, we got Skyline, Minjong will be your Lyric, Wipeout is going to be playing as the Illidan, the Penguin onto the ETC, Extreme playing as the Randa, Makishi as the Sonya. This is a 4 melee, 1 Taranda combo. It's extra upsize, it's extra fries, it's everything you ever dream about, except they didn't serve a drink. Yeah, you heard it right. There's no Coke, there's no Sprite. We're out of water, boys. So no support, or rather 1 support, no range damage dealer. I don't know how they're going to carry this team, but I really hope that the lockdown from ETC and Lyric is going to provide enough space for Sonya and Illidan to go in. This could be a one-direction team. I mean, legitimately, it could be. It could be that we are going in, no retreat, one direction, we're going to charge in, we're going to take out the enemy. It's as simple as that. There's not a lot of resistance on that side. Solo Muradin's not going to do anything against ETC, Lyric, and Sonya. He's probably going to run first. Thrall, by himself, will try and hold the front, but you know what he is. He's probably going to sustain pretty well with his Frostwolf Resilience. Maybe you're going to get some extra help from Tesla, Uther. But he's up against Illidan, and he's up against Sonya. Those are heroes that a Thrall doesn't easily win. It's not easy for him. Illidan 1v1 against a Thrall, I think timing is important, and if you are not, and you're popping the evasion, that's going to be tricky. So we're having actually a bit of a technical difficulty once again. Another building got blown up, I'm just kidding. They are changing the mouse, I think, for some of the players, and it could be a bit of a mouse problem. In case you're wondering what happened this morning, it's very interesting. We faced with a very, very unique situation of an entire building not having an internet service. So the location got changed for this event, and it's pretty sad, but at least we got that right now. We got it going. Upper bracket semifinal, game number 1 between Renovatio II and Skyline. Here we go. They are setting up shops on different parts of this island, and they don't look like they're doing anything productive right here. If my boss saw me doing this, they'd probably fire me. Leamington mid lane, that's a Testadar. You don't want to pick off Testadar pretty easily. Okay, Penguin goes in, kisses the Arcane up, pulls right back. Red team now with a very aggressive mid lane rotation. They're playing 4+1, and they're rotating as 5s. This is not good if you want to soak up the lane. It will only work in 2 lanes. You still need to send someone to a lane to soak up that one. The top lane looks exceptionally pushed out right here. They may be losing some EXP in the form of 4 to 5 minions if they're not able to rotate back up in time, and I don't think they will be in time. Minjong's here, so he's here to save the day. The stun goes out, 2 to 3 of it. Still gonna be okay though. Minjong pops the Wraith Walk, will be fine, pulls right back. Lyoric's main job here is not to take the fight, not even try and deter aggression, but rather just buy time. Drainhelm not connecting, Penguin coming from behind. Asurai in a little bit of trouble. Before would have been a better target. Minjong calls it up, but does not follow up with the rest of the team. Jumping line getting a bit of heal from 4 at the end. And that's about it. That's a huge mistake. The rotation back up here. That would be putting them half a level behind. Bottom lane, Liming doing whatever she does, the Liming things she does. Sieging up the tower. And it's a little bit hard for the red team to rotate in time. I think the tower is going down. Meanwhile, mid lane, we are actually looking at Tesla clearing up this area, picking up the EXP needed. Shrine gonna spawn real soon, and we are actually waiting for Renovatio to get level 4. But talent option looks to be very standard. We have got a Thrall in a lot of trouble top lane. Jumpy Lion going down. Drainhope going out against him, but there's not enough damage. Some of Penguin also with a very aggressive power slide backwards. Still no kills yet. Asurai with the Lunar Flare connecting on him. Pulls back out with Dwarf Toss 4. Now a little bit of trouble. Wipeout probably going down. But a heal just in the nick of time. The Envenom going in. But it is not going to be enough. Blue team all dropping solo. Minjong wishing he's got Entomb, but it's only level 4. And the Shrine is not being activated yet. If you look at the Talon options, Thrall has got a very different build. No Rolling Thunder here. It is going to be the Rabbit Wolves instead. So this is a sustained base. Thrall maybe level 7. You'll see Frostwolf's Grace, but it's going to be Envenom as well. Sledgehammer coming in instead of Thunderburn. It's been so long since I've seen Sledgehammer. Asurai, be very careful that Drainhope actually goes through walls. Dominance again from Li Ming. Very different way to play Li Ming compared to the rest of SEA. And we got Mental Acuity as well as Protective Shield. On this side here for red team, it looks like it's double neck guitar and Rolling Like a Stone. For Leoric, looks like it's going to be Heart and Bones. And for Tarana, she pops Healing What I think is actually much needed here. They're very much an all-in team at this point. With Rangers Mark as well as Sonya with Focus Attack. And looks like basically attack's going to kill her a little bit as well. War Paint it is, yep. And hold that thought, a fight going to happen here. Meanwhile, Sonya spins away to safety. Couple of stunts coming in. Penguin going for the lockdown jumping line, dropping a lot of HP. Like I said, they're not going to care. This is One Direction team. They're pulling back, they're switching up the heroes, but it seems like Sonya is not able to hold out the front anymore. Makishi maybe going down. The Arcane Up does not connect, but it doesn't matter. Sonya's already gone. Muradin trades up pretty well for it. Wipe out the next target. Nope. The kills from Tyrande is just so strenuous. But 30 against 11, and it just seems like the blue team is firmly in control. They don't have the means and mechanics to take this Guardian right here. Penguin is not the most efficient Guardian killer. Slayer, first of his name. And it will be a blue Punisher coming out already. What a waste it is. The Sonya should be going for the Guardians instead. And the Illidan should be going for the heroes instead. Punisher just taking out the walls in the bottom side already. It's really lucky for the blue team because it's important to note that it has been Li Ming's full credits that the Punisher does not have to worry about jumping across the wall and then committing suicide. We still have Punisher knocking on this fort. It's going to be an easy fort here. That is going to spiral Renovatio II ahead. Fort's gone. And Punisher still alive. Meanwhile, top lane, we're looking at Minjong doing whatever he can against Muradin. Not much for trouble here, actually. Illidan going to pick up the camps. That's one way to play this battleground. Pick up the camps to level 10. And for Skyline, they're still half a level down. Maybe a little bit more than that right now. A huge burst of EXP coming through here for the blue team. And they're somewhat almost one full level away from Skyline. Renovatio II with the mid lane push once again. Top lane looks to be Minjong just soaking and seeping the life away of Muradin. Mid lane, they're not going to protect the Khazras, so the Khazras will go down. Jumpy Lion again giving chase. And here we go, Renovatio II in action. They want to pick off Minjong. Already no Wraith Walk here. The stun's coming in. Kaija with the Arcane Up, not connecting. A bit of a mistake there, but still no kills. And here comes the Cavalry. Skyline is going to go in. 4 is going down. Skyline still giving chase against Renovatio II. Jumping Line, a little bit of trouble there. They don't want to lose the Thrall, but Minjong's not able to do anything. Asurai leaving the game all of a sudden. It could be a disconnection. Going to be very careful. Asurai still lands a stumble. Not sure if it's the bot, if it's the real guy. Seems like the real deal there. The protective shield going out. ETC dropping as well. Jumping Lion pulling back, but the Drain Hope is going through. Minjong still staying alive with the sustain. And Leamington pulling back. The Lunar Flare connects and Wipeout goes in. And it's a Wipeout. Kaija goes down. 5-man team wipe. What a play it is coming up from Skyline. That is what you don't expect out of an Illidan. The last minute turnarounds there were really good, but still Extreme was the MVP of that fight there. That Lunar Flare, I'm telling you, nobody saw that coming. And we're now going for a replay. So looking at the past few fights here, this is just really good burst of Uther. Uther's been keeping the fight up alive, but they should already pull back out. They underestimated the heals of a Tyrande. And they're still going in for the fight all of a sudden. It could be because of this disconnect, but Asura should have just pulled back out. Even then, the rest of the teammates should not be there. They're just going in for the Penguin. They picked up the Penguin. But then again, what are you going to do here? You know, Makishi's back out, and you still have that Illidan. That Illidan is the key factor. Like, you don't want to be fighting an Illidan when you have you know, don't have the numbers advantage or anything like that. And now back to real time, please. We're actually seeing a big mosh pit connecting, as well as a bit of extra damage coming out from much of the Black King, but still only the Uther going down again. Murden going out as well, and Illidan makes the trade. Kaija pulls right back. Makishi with the very nice ballerina spin down the whirlwind, but doesn't get anything done. 4 mana, but still alive. Illidan already gone. They don't have the primary damage dealer. They're gonna have to pull back out. 2-for-1 exchange so far, again in favor here for Skyline. And Renovatio is already in a little bit of a bad shape right here. Pulling up the damage chart for you guys while we continue this coverage. And we still have the Skyline, Team Skyline actually, knocking on those Guardians. Doing a pretty good job there so far. For Renovatio II, they need the whole team to be back here. It looks like Skyline just decided to concede this, this objective area. They just went back to heal back up. They don't have Illidan. He just came back out. And they're not going to contest the shrine because they don't have heroics. This is a really good call coming out of Skyline. And looking at the heroics so far, Mosh Pit, much of the Black King, Shadowstalk, you even have Wrath of the Berserker and Illidan Metamorphosis. On this side here for Renovatio II, we'd like to bring attention to Wave of Force. Wave of Force instead of Disintegrate. I personally played it a lot. Calamity also getting picked up here after Dominance coming out from the Wizard, Li Ming. Sundering, and guess what Asurai picked? I'm not sure if it's the AI, but guys, this is tricky. It's not an avatar. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, we're still going to see the Punisher going for the stun against Minjong. Minjong a little bit of trouble here. And the Arcane Punisher generally does a lot of damage. And we still see Asurai throwing out a stun bolt. They're going to be able to protect this pretty well. And the jump stun against Leoric. Leoric's going to be okay. Nice trying to force wall. Unfortunately, does not do anything there. And the Punisher's going to take the fall. Meanwhile, Penguin's still giving chase. And they're going to clear up this. They're going to mop out the mid lane pretty well. Sundering connecting. ETC a little bit out of trouble there. Shadowstalk going in as well. But nope, they go in once again with a bit of a stun. Much of Blacking from behind. Makishi pulling back. It's not going to be enough for anything. Asurai going down once again. Wipeout jumping onto 4 and pops Metamorphosis. Going to have a lot more HP heals coming back in here. Also going to see jumping line with the Divine Shield. Sonya takes the fall. Wipeout still giving chase against Uther, but he's going to be left alone right here. Minjong pulls back. Wipeout is probably going to get wiped out here. Extreme Minjong, 2-man pulls back. A 3-for-1 exchange. Well played by Renovatio. They kept the support alive. They kept jumping line with full-on aggression mode. That's all they need. Also going to pick up the mercenary camps here. We'll be able to do a pretty good job. Oh, Penguin goes in. A mosh pit connecting beautifully. Extreme also. And with the Lunar Flare in the backline, Lemington nearly dying there. But it seems like this will be conceded over to the red team. Great place by the Penguin. Tassadar goes down. I don't even know how, but Thrall pulling back is going to pop the Wind Fury for extra movement speed. Lunar Flare this time around not connecting. Shadowstalk going in as well. We still see the chase going out. And all of a sudden, Asurai trying to survive there. Pulls back up, but not going to be enough. ETC going down at the end. Lunar Flare perfectly timed. Makishi waiting for the Ancient Spear, but it's not going to connect, unfortunately. So if we look at the talent options there, it's actually very, very surprising. We got Grace of Air coming in. We saw Frostwolf Resilience coming as well with the Frostwolf's Grace. But this Grace of Air means that it will probably still be the Wind Fury build. No Wind Shear, so it's not going to get 4 seconds cooldown reduction. Illusion is coming in. That's really important for Calamity. I'm expecting Diamond Skin at level 16 again. Prescience into Dimensional Warp probably. This is going to be Kala's Embrace. No dip shift, so that's not going to get extra heals as well. Shrink Ray coming in here for Uther. And on this side for Skyline, it's a very close game, man, guys. It's a really close game. It's going to be Groupies, Crushing Hope, Shrink Ray, Mystica Spear, Giant Killer. And also that Haymaker. You're going to have to look at that Haymaker. So much damage, 553 and still counting. Do note that he's got Sledgehammer and Piercing Bolt, but no Perfect Storm. That's a sad thing. Would have been a lot better if he had got like extra burst and damage. Now this Murden's just playing out of my mind right here. Like, I don't know what exactly he's trying to achieve, but his Murden with the Haymaker for one simple reason. He wants to make sure that the enemy is not able to give chase to the back line. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you guys, but Avatar does not help you achieve distance advantage. Haymaker does. And here again you see the blue team going for the objective. My predictions were wrong. I actually expected Skyline to have a lot of an easier time when it comes to objectives, but maybe because they were waiting for Sonya and ETC, Plus, there's a Mercenary Camp pushing the top lane. There we go. Wrath of the Berserker already popped up. Arcane up, not connecting. Wipeout doing something. Sundering connecting on the back line. Also going to see Shadowstalk with some extra heals. There goes the Divine Shield, but Thrall not doing any damage at all. Asu right now in the back line. We're also going to see the Mosh Pit connecting on a little bit of the damage in front, but it's not going to be effective. We still see Thrall going down. ETC's gone. Much of the Black King connecting on the back line. Asurai, sorry, pulling back on Makishi with the Seismic Slam, doing a lot of work, but 4 dropping. 4 now in a lot of trouble. Wipeout overextends and will go down. Solo Tyrunda's not good enough to keep the Illidan alive. Minjong getting saved by Luna Flare. It's still not over. 4 goes in, and there goes Calamity from Kaija. It's a pretty damaging skill. It does a lot of work there. Makishi with the Mystical Spear upgrade and Ancient Spear, he will be fine. Minjong, though, with the Wraith Walk, will be okay as well. 3 for 2 exchange. It's still kind of close. Still kind of close. We didn't see any Haymaker. Wave of Force was used a couple of times, but that's about it. Don't see a huge break in synergy. I like the fact that the Divine Shield connected on Thrall. I like the fact that he did whatever he can, but it's still not enough damage. That's kind of sad, really. A lot of good brothers actually pushing a lane, and this is just basically power play from Skyline, and I like that a lot. Meanwhile, what really happened in the fight just now was basically sustaining. You saw Renovatio II out-sustaining the entire heal of Skyline's Tyrande. It's actually really funny because she's going for Lunar Blaze. She's not going for Overflowing Light. She went for Shrink Ray and also going for True Shot Aura. So I don't know what exactly she's thinking, Extreme, but hopefully it works out. This is a full-on 5-man aggressive team. That's not even a support anymore. Sundering connecting on the Illidan. Illidan very tricky, but very poor single target heals. Wipeout still with the Metamorphosis. The stun still connecting. Wipeout trying to get out of it. Haymaker connecting a little bit, but it only helped the Illidan stay alive. Asurai, big mistake there. And the Seismic Slam going in. The Lunar Flare picks up the kill. That's a headshot. Jumpy Lion pulls back out. Penguin waiting for the power slide. Mosh Pit in 5 seconds. If he can go in here, it's going to be big. Thrall pulling back, getting the cleanse from 4. Penguin again getting rooted here by the Pharaoh Spirit. Even the Divine Shield being used. Leamington just wants to keep Thrall safe. We got 34 Guardian count up against 24 right now. Minjong pulling back. Leamington trying to clear this lane so that it gets pulled up. But look at the Mosh Pit connecting only on their one target. Leeming goes down. Much of the Black King even used in an instant. That's how badly they won that kill. And Skyline got it. Now they're knocking on the altar, or rather, shrine. And the Punisher going to spawn. Frozen Punisher it is. This is going to continue on. You just saw Tyrande tap the well. Minjong probably going for a secondary objective here. But they're going to get this 4 pretty easily. Minjong clearing up the bottom area. This is actually good. This is actually very smart. I would have loved it if he went for Skell to swing this minion here before he went back down to the bottom area, because that's going to clear up a lot more EXP and maybe secure level 20 a lot faster. Asurai, meanwhile, Lunar Flare perfectly timed coming out from Extreme. And the Meridian player just got stunned there. He's going to pull back. We also saw the Immortal getting, or rather, the Punisher getting ignored here by the red team. No much for support here. It's a bit of a waste, though. Let's look at all those roots there. Would have been a really good point for fight. But the main reason why Skyline pulled back, guys, is because they don't have the heroics. Like, it's on cooldown. It's no Mosh Pit, no much of the Black King, nothing. So no point for fighting there. They're going to have to pull back. And that's one big disadvantage for this lineup here from Skyline. They don't have a short cooldown on heroics, which means they can only take a fight once every 2 minutes maximum, I think. And that's provided that they don't rotate the heroics. That's really, really tricky and mind-blowing. We still see mid lane getting pushed back out. Once again, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. This is the Philippine Finals event. And this is the upper bracket semifinals that's going on. This is only the first game, and you're watching the Philippines meta develop right in front of your eyes right here. I know it's mind-blowing. They went for 4 melee and 1 Tyrande, and it's still working out because these guys are 1 level ahead of Renovatio II. It's almost as if you cannot understand what's going on, but they're still winning. And you know what's the best part? You look at Tyrande's talents, and you're like, this is not even a support anymore. That's True Shot Aura, Shrink Ray, Luna Blaze, okay, that's fine, but you know, no Overflowing Light, and you thought that she would care, but she doesn't. Just like in a real relationship. Ouch. Imposing presence on both the ETC and Leoric there. We also see Stone Skin, or rather, I think it's called Ignore Pain. No, that's level 20. What is this name here? Ah, Nerves of Steel, okay. Basically, the difference here is that you get to use Whirlwind. There's also the Blood for Blood on the Illidan and Giant Killer. So here we have Penguin with the flank, looking for a good angle on the mosh pit. He's just strolling along with his guitar, and a lot of slow coming out there just now. Shrine gonna activate real soon. In terms of structures, I would say that it's pretty much dead even. Like, this is gonna be the only thing that's different between both teams. It's a very dead even game. Renovatio going in, moving together, but it seems like Skyline was prepared for that. So Skyline now. Penguin again in front. Illidan off to no man's land. Gotta be very careful. Not sure if he really wants to protect his mercenaries or what, but it does seem like they're not able to do anything. The perfect plan here would be to set up a party bush somewhere and kill somebody. Asurai doing some form of work against the Penguin, but it does not have Thunder Strike, so that's not extra damage from that Thunderclap. It's basically just Burning Rage and Stone Form at this stage. 23 and counting. That's a really smart timing on Skyline. Very well played, picking up this mercenary camp, force the blue team to go back up to the top lane to defend, and they will get a free Punisher. But the problem here is that if you're looking at what Renovatio is doing, they're also going for a top lane push. Punisher now spawning bottom area. This is gonna be the trade. Yeah, they're trying to trade the forts here, and Renovatio will be able to do that pretty well. Wipe out Penguin with the bottom lane rotation. Penguin with the mosh pit on Thrall. This is a big loss here for Renovatio. If they do lose this Thrall, the Lunar Flare connecting, and it's a kill. What an investment, man. The mosh pit going in. I think it's worth it. 100% worth it now. This only forces Renovatio to pull back. There's nothing they can do. There's a Punisher there. They want to tear out this gate, and they just did it. That gate is the #1 Punisher killer. And Punisher going in for a stun. Oh, Lunar Flare not connecting. Could have been a kill regardless. Penguin, again, does not have the Mosh Pit Haymaker to push him back up, but already Makishi's in the back line with the Seismic Slam just now. They're all knocking on the keep in the bottom area. They're probably going to get this one. Punisher again with another John Cena stun. Not going to get anything on the Leamington. On Tesla, taking a lot of damage. Makishi giving chase against Murden. There's nothing he could do. And Bolo to stomp back in there. That's a great power slide. Murden's already gone. And you still see much of the Black King available for use. This could be game here. And it looks like Skyline's knocking in. Another stun coming in. Kaija luring away the Punisher, but it looks like nobody cares. They're all going for Core. Core down to 30%. Can they save this game? We see the metamorphosis, and note they cannot. Skyline takes game #1. Renovatio, unfortunately, man, got outplayed. They did not see this coming. This is an absolutely insane comp, and it worked out well. This is going to go up on Reddit. Like, I don't know what went wrong there. I'll be honest with you. You look at Leeming, 62k damage. That's okay. It could be because the talent option's a little bit weird. Like, I get Wave of Force, but I don't like this teleport build. I really like the Arcane Orb build a lot more, starting to triumvirate. And Telrasha has been nerfed 10%. There's nothing you should not involve yourself with Telrasha anymore. Yeah, would have been a little bit better. I think it's Telrasha because of the Wave of Force. We actually have a replay for you guys before we continue, so we're going into the replay here. And in this replay, you saw the best mosh pit that won the game. This is not a 5-man mosh pit, and this is, again, reassurance that mosh pits do not need to connect on 5 people. You just need to take the right, maybe not even the right guy, just take one guy out before the key moment here. You saw the entire blue team using the Hearthstone to get back to the base, but is it going to be enough? Clearly not. 50 or rather 40 seconds before Thrall respawns, that's going to be enough to reach the core. Lunar Flare here would have been really good. Penguin with the Haymaker, he got kicked all the way back out. But still, the sustain somehow is enough. And Extreme has been planting those healing wards the entire time. Another stun going in, and they're just really fearless. You just see that although you have got those range damage, you've got those support, it doesn't make sense because you don't have grounding. You're just losing ground. Up against an Illidan, you're losing so much ground. You're pulling back. That's all you're doing. The follow-up stun from the Punisher is really perfect, but no mop-up there. They're just going in for the core. Yeah, I mean, that could be the biggest problem. It could be a draft-related problem. The other thing here could be an execution-related problem. Like, there's just absolutely no way Thrall could kill anyone. Looking at the talent options again, it is actually, yeah, it's just the standard teleport build going in. Nothing too special in that part. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I think Haymaker would have been a pretty interesting one. Clearly it didn't work, but you know, it's worth the effort. It would have been a lot better than Avatar. I don't think Avatar would have done anything except lock down that Illidan, maybe. But you will use one Muradin to trade for one Illidan. That's it. You still have to worry about the Sonya, and you just don't have enough. You just don't have enough threat or front line to keep the enemy at bay, and they're just going in for melee all the way in. Could be because Li Ming is no Jaina. If it's Jaina, would have been a little bit different. Cone of Coal with Numbing Blast would have kept some of the enemy at bay. That would have, you know, affected the mobility a little bit. Li Ming don't have a skill like that. Plus, she don't have enough damage in that sense. 62,000, 6 kills, man. And meanwhile, look at this team. They don't even care about doing damage. They're just going in and tearing everybody apart. MVP Makishi right here, 6 kills. It's 45k damage only. Just very, very nice burst damage to every single target. All right, that's it, guys. We're done with this game. We're now going for a short little break. And we'll be back with game number 2 between Skyline and Renovatio II. This is Babel. We'll be back shortly. Set up a zone. Kaija is probably able to pick up this tribute. Penguin still trying to do whatever he can. You see the Mighty Goss Penguin now with the Mosh Pit connecting the back line, but the Cleanse does go in, and Penguin's going to go out. Chun already with the Wandering Cack, but it's already done. The damage is through. Kaija has got another teleport because of the trait that she got there. Extreme now a little bit of damage. 2-man devouring wall, but the Disintegrate is going to connect in the back line and picks off the Zagara. Nice Welling Arrow, but that's not going to change anything.